is one part that they don't want to tell Nigerians what really happened, what really transpired. So the son called and said, the first son called and said that daddy, that there's somebody, that is one of daddy's friend. His name is Frank. They call him Frank Nolly. Nolly. Now that daddy's friend is coming, that he said he wanted to help daddy and fly daddy to UK. I said, okay, oh. He sent me the number. That was a day before the buyer of the house wanted to pay for the house. Then that said friend called me. He said he had that daddy staying with me. I said yes. He said he wants to fly daddy to UK and give daddy better treatment. That can I take that he's going to send me. I said someone to come and pick daddy from my house and take daddy to Abuja. They already have the arrangement going on in Abuja. And once daddy goes to Abuja, they will take him to the interview at the embassy and everything. I said okay. I called the wife. I said, okay, oh, that there are chances that daddy might not be able to sign the paper for the property tomorrow. That somebody just called, a friend of daddy called from UK saying that they want to relocate daddy to UK and give him a better treatment. But before daddy will leave here, she is going to speak. I told her that I feel like she should speak to the man, find out who he is. If she gives go ahead for daddy to leave my house, he will leave. Thank goodness I recorded that call, because me, after the Shege Pro Max they have shown me, the first time that after 3 days of coming to my house, she came and said she don't know where her husband is. I decided to be very detailed and be keeping record of every single thing, because I know that the next one that they will lambast me, it will be more than the first one. I was already prepared for it. I know that the next one, that if they can do something like that, anybody that can do something like that, the next one will be worse than it. So I recorded that call. I told her, okay, call the man. Whatever you decide with the man, you let me know. If you feel like daddy should go to Abuja, who am I to stop daddy? If the first one said daddy should go to Abuja, from Abuja he should go to UK, who am I? What position am I in the family to stop him? So she said I should send her the man's number. I sent her the number. It's on my WhatsApp chat. It will play on my screen. I put a screenshot on my screen. So when she contacted the man, after some hours, she said, okay, oh, she called me back. I've spoken to the man. I know him. Is that his old friend? I didn't even know yet he's the one that you're talking about. So he promised her that he was going to send her some amount of money, that that no problem. That he also told her that she should not sell the house that they want to sell, that is coming back to Nigeria. When it comes back to Nigeria, they are going to renovate that house. And then when they renovate it, the price of the house will go up. So they'll be able to sell the house at a better price. I said, okay. My thing is, should daddy go to Abuja or not? Because you're the one that said daddy should come and stay with me. So if you say daddy should go to Abuja, I'll tell him, I will allow him to go to Abuja. The call is, I will not take him to where the airport, I mean, where they said I should take him to. She said I should go ahead, that the man can take him to Abuja. That when the man even said he's coming back a week later to Nigeria. And when the man comes, he's going to help them do the house. The house is going to be better, and then they're going to sell it in a higher price. I said, okay. I called the son. I said, Iyawo. That's if I'm referring to the son, I call her Iyawo. Your father's wife. I said, okay, that your father can go. But before your father go, leave my place. I'm going to do some tests, take him to the hospital. That hospital, they were the one that introduced me to the hospital. The doctor there, the said doctor has been treating daddy for the past 8 years. So she knows his entire body history. She knows if daddy is having headache, she knows his headache. She knows everything. Before she was working in a military hospital, before she had opened her own hospital where daddy has been going for treatment. So she knows literally everything about his health issue. So I took daddy there for medical checkup. They check his entire body. She said, okay, as long as he's taking his medicine for his heart, he's okay. Then she checked. She said, but I'm seeing blood clots on his leg. Is he complaining of pain? I said, yes. So he has been complaining of slight pain, but sometimes he will say the leg is paining him. Or I don't know how bad it is. She asked him if the leg was paining him. He said he was having some small pain on the leg. So she gave him medicine for the blood clot and everything. I packed everything. I picked up my phone. I called AGM president. Thank God he's still alive. For those of you that would want to confirm, I don't know if he's somebody that wants to speak about the issue. If he still doesn't want to speak, I'll respect him for not wanting to talk about it. But that doesn't mean I cannot make reference to things that I know happen, or people that I know experience what I'm saying firsthand. I said, sir, greetings, sir. With all due respect, sir, I know that you know that daddy has been staying in my house for a very long period of time, because you've been in communication and daddy has been calling you from my house, and you've been settling all the family issues that have been going on, and you have been supporting him in one way or the other financially. That this is what is going on. No, the son called from South Africa that there's a friend of daddy that said he wants to come and take daddy to UK for medical treatment. That daddy is leaving my house, so but before he leave my house, I've taken him to the hospital. I've done tests, check him. This is what the test result is, and all of that. And I've also called the wife and given the wife the man's number, and the wife has said, okay, fine, that daddy can go ahead and do the travel. I just want to let you know that daddy, in the person of Mr. Ibu, is no longer in my house. So just in case, as the Asian president, I feel like you should be aware. And my take is, as daddy is leaving now, going to UK, I don't have plans of him coming back, because myself, around July, I told him that myself, I also have plans to travel. That was around July. I still have evidence of when that message or that call was made. I said around July I'm also traveling. No, he now said okay, that I've done the right thing, as I've done the test and everything. I said yes. So the agreement was done. They called somebody, they said somebody should come and pick daddy. I said no, nobody's coming to my house to pick. In fact, the person that they called to come and pick him was the guy he was living with in Iba for that period of time that he left his house. When he left his house, I mentioned quite earlier that he has stayed in different hotels in Abuja for over 2 years. He has stayed in different hotels in Lagos for over a year. He has lived with different people. I'm not the only person that daddy has lived with. He has lived with friends, stranger, people he meet. He was just living with one person or the other before the wife asked him to come and ask me to allow him to come and stay in my house. So it's quite unfortunate that I have to talk about this issue, but what choice do they leave me with? What choice do they leave me with? I have to talk about it and free my mind off. And as I'm talking about this, it's going to be the first and last time I'll ever have to speak about this issue. So I told the man from UK, I've not met this man before. I don't know what he looks like. I mean, before daddy left my house. So I've not met him before. I don't know what he looks like before daddy left my house. So I said the person that is coming to pick him, that I'd rather take him to the airport to see with my two eyes that he has entered the airport. And I wanted them to give me the number of the person that is speaking him in Abuja. So they sent me somebody's number that I know. I know the person that sent me his number. He has also been with one of the people that have assisted daddy in his own way, Fred. Fred has assisted daddy in his own way, supported daddy in his own way, as far as I know. Because when I came back to Abuja, he was one of the few people I met with daddy that supported him in his own way. So daddy now went to Abuja. That's how daddy left my house. Now, when daddy went to Abuja, they started talking about show. They said they wanted to do a show 40 years in 40 years of or whatever, 40 years of 40 years on stage, you know prior to, even before they came, we were talking about doing something that will bring daddy back, like launching back to limelight. But because I don't have ideas about shows and everything, since I met daddy, I've never done any show. Nobody will come out anywhere and say daddy has Jasmine, I've done any show anywhere and invited some group of people or anything. I've never done any show. I've never sold any ticket. In fact, I've never done anything related to gathering finance to that for daddy and invited anybody to come. I don't even have idea. Aside from the TikTok that we do, and the money is being remitted to either him, his son, or his wife. I've never particularly involved in anything financial crisis with daddy. Daddy himself has never for one day come and said anything bad about me on any space. I've never heard him say anything bad about me on anywhere, on any platform. He has been a father figure in my life, and I've always maintained that mutual respect. He has never sexually assaulted me in any way, contrary to what people are saying right now. So back forward, fast forward, back forward. Let me say back forward, because yeah, it has happened. So when daddy got to Abuja, they created a group and they add me in the group. And thank God, all the conversation, everything from the group is still on my phone. None of them is missing. They say they want to do 40 years. They were organizing their show in Abuja. They said they needed contact of AGM president. I sent them the number. They needed contact of some actors. The ones I have the contact, I sent them the contact. They said they are inviting some actors that and I asked what the show was about. They said from the show that they were doing, that 40 years on stage, that's where they will gather money from and send daddy to UK. That's the money they will use and send him to UK. I said, okay. Oh. So when they did the show, A day before the show, the chat is still on my phone. I'll put it on your screen. I chatted the man that was in the show. I said, "Sir, Daddy is doing a show and none of his family member is invited. That doesn't seem right to you. That in that show, media people will come, a lot of people will come. For me, it doesn't seem right that the wife is not there, none of the children are invited, that we should think about it." The man now said to me, he now called me. When he called me, he said that daddy said he doesn't want his wife or any of his family member to be in the show. That's that what daddy said. And I said, okay, how about if we would book ticket for the wife to come without daddy knowing? He said if that happens and daddy does not come to the show, that he would hold whoever booked the ticket responsible. And daddy has made it clear that he doesn't want his wife to be there in Abuja. Sir, this is what you told me. I said, okay. Then and I said, okay, oh, for me, I will come because there's nothing that he's doing that I will not support. The ticket that I used to go to that show in Abuja, I booked it myself. I just wanted to go and see with my eyes what was happening in Abuja. I went to Abuja after that. He has left my house for over a month. I think over 2 weeks or a month because they took a lot of time planning the show. Even while Daddy was in Abuja, Daddy was still calling me for financial help. He told me that when he was in Abuja, that they did not give him cash, which I called the man that was doing the show, his friend, and told him what Daddy said. He said that they are reserving the money for his travel, that the money was supposed to be meant for his travel, and that he personally has given Daddy starting cash. That when he give Daddy cash, that Daddy used the cash. I said okay. I sent Daddy 500,000 while he was there. I still have evidence of the money I sent him, and that money was from my own TikTok live I did because I was going live on my own account, and I sent in that money, and the wife was aware because I even sent her a slip. I sent her the slip of the payment that is the money that I've sent her. At one point, she called me that while Daddy is there in Abuja, she was calling him for money. That Daddy was not sending her money. That they needed money. That Daddy was not supporting them in any way. That even the person that called that he was going to send money, that it was just 50,000 naira that he sent to her. That there was no money. So a day before the show, I went for the show. I invited some of my friends. I bought ticket for that show. I bought ticket. Me, Jasmine, I bought ticket for that show. I bought ticket for myself, Emeka on TikTok. Everybody knows Emeka on TikTok, the one that behaves like he behaves like a lady. He used women's wedding gown. Emeka. I bought ticket for my Emeka bought his ticket, and one other of my friend in Abuja. We all went to the show. Myself, Emeka, and my other friend were exchanging nothing less than 1.2 million naira that we sprayed that day on that show. Nothing short of 1.2 million naira that we sprayed that day on that show. After the show, I left a day. Immediately after the show, I left the next day. After the show, Daddy started calling me that the entire money that they say they picked was 900,000 naira, and what they give him out of that 900,000 was about I think he said they gave him 50,000 also. I cannot even remember again. And I said that it's not possible that they picked 900,000 from that show. That I personally sprayed one, I and my friend together, everything were exchanged and sprayed is 1.2 million naira. And there are videos of it. People see me holding a lot of money and spraying that day. But if they say it's 900,000, so be it. Finance, even the 900,000 that they've not given me, was complaining about money. I called the organizer of the show, which happens to be his friend. I said, Oga Frank, what is happening? And this is what Daddy said. He said, that so person sold tickets, and so person is yet to remit money for tickets, that they are yet to do balancing. There are a lot of people that came to the show bought the tickets for credit. Some Nollywood people came to support, some Nollywood, but the people that were listed, a lot of them did not come, you know. So, and I said, okay. So after the show, after a week, they were going back and forth about the money. Daddy's son was calling how far about the travel. They said Daddy's going to travel to UK. In fact, they said they were going to bring the first son back to Nigeria and fly him and Daddy to UK for treatment. How far? There was nobody was not talking about the UK stuff again. Then later, it was later that the said friend, Mr. Frank, said that the money they made from the show, that it was not enough, that he spent over 4.6 million naira, if I'm not wrong, and then the money they made was around 4 million thereabouts. The first one now called. He said that they should take Daddy to the bank, Wema Bank, that they should take Daddy to Wema Bank, that because they created an account for that show, that they should go and find out how much was paid into the account of that show. On getting to Wema Bank, once they requested to print account statement, somebody just wiped out all the money in their accounts immediately. About 700 and something thousand in the account. The person just removed the account. The bank people at Wema Bank now asked Daddy, did you remove any money from your account now? Daddy said no. They now asked him who else have access to the account. He said